Dynamic Destiny Enterprises and Productions.
Monique Lynelle. And welcome to the Monique Lynelle Show. Today, we're here at the stand-up event, and it's for women veterans. Today, I'll be interviewing the founder of Final Salute, Inc. and Miss Veteran America 2016, and also the director of Miss Veteran America, who won Miss Veteran America the first time they did it. Here at the event today, ladies will have a chance to get pampered, take photos, and even shop. It's a great event for lady veterans.
My name is Jazz Booth. I am a 17-year Army veteran, and I'm also the president and founder of Final Salute, Inc. The mission of Final Salute, Inc. is to provide homeless women veterans and their children with safe and suitable housing. I started Final Salute, Inc. because I am a former homeless woman veteran, and through my experience, I found that there were a lack of supportive services for women veterans and their children once they transitioned from the military. And so once I was able to get back on my feet, I wanted to create a resource so women veterans could also have a resource when they needed it. So when I transitioned off of active duty in 2013, I realized that I hadn't dressed like a girl in 13 years. And I didn't realize, that it was going to be a significant emotional event of me re-engaging, my femininity. And I also didn't, realize how much it took into, getting business clothing. Now, having to fix your hair and, having to wear makeup and accessories. And it was really hard for me, to go from being a soldier to being a civilian, from a presentation part. When I transitioned from the military, they made sure that I had a very good resume and I had very good employment resources, but nobody talked about presentation, which is the deal closer. You get to your interview, they like your resume, they like you, but if you're sitting there, you become a direct representation of a company, and if your appearance doesn't look up to par and you don't know what you don't know, that could cost you an interview. And I also thought about the women who are struggling, to find a job and are unemployed. Well, they can't go out and just afford a full professional wardrobe. And so, you need both pieces of that. So there are lots of great organizations that provide, resume writing and employment resources. But most of the suit drives and things that I've saw have always been for male veterans. And I'm like, hey, we need to get into the workforce. We need professional clothing too. And so, that's pretty much why I started stand-up, because, we need that presentation piece too. But sometimes we can't afford it. But, sometimes it also can come down to you, getting a job because of what you look like. And, honestly, women, we are, criticized a lot more about our appearance. It's very important. So I just want to make sure that, along with having that great resume, they have also a great professional wardrobe to help them close the deal. We do stand up annually. This is our fourth event, and we always do it Mother's Day weekend, because it's just symbolic for me. I'm a mom. A lot of the women that come here are moms, and sometimes when you're struggling like I was, if it come down to me buying clothes and feeding my kid, I'm going to feed my kid. So we're able to, let them focus on the parenting thing, and we can help them with the wardrobe portion. But we always do a Mother's Day weekend. We usually do it at the Women's Memorial, but we are at the Durant Center this year. So our next event is on June 4th, our Parks and Vet Picnic, and where we're raising money for our transitional home located in the DC metro area. So we will have it at Lake Fairfax Park in Reston, and everyone's invited. It'll be a family-friendly event with bouncy houses and cornhole and all sorts of other fun events. So we hope to have everyone show up and support Final Salute. It helps the community as a whole because it helps the people that are local to get involved in helping the women veterans. Some people think, well, I can't do anything, or I don't have enough money, I don't have this and this. Well, everybody has a suit or an outfit that they could lend. that they don't have to go out and buy that's still in really great condition, and so you're able to help that way. So we're able to find other ways for people to get involved. Some people are holding clothing drives, but when doing this, they also are able to learn about the mission of Final Salute Inc. and they're actually also able to directly impact the life of a woman veteran. So it's not only helping women veterans, it's also helping the local communities to be able to support the women veterans in many capacities. So if people want to support Final Salute Inc., they can go to our website, www.finalsaluteinc.org. We also have a great event coming up in October, the Miss Veteran America competition that we're always looking for sponsorship and people to get involved in. So there are a lot of day-to-day ways that they can involve, but I would eventually want them to go to visit the site, see all different ways that they can involve and hopefully reach out to us.
So Stand Up is one of the many events that Final Salute Inc. puts on. And as you know, Miss Veteran America is the ambassador for Final Salute. So each year that we have the Stand Up for Women Veterans, the two organizations combine and we form that partnership. So our role is to come and assist, roll up our sleeves, assist with the accessories, the clothing, unpacking, the cleanup, so on and so forth. So it's an opportunity for us to be around our fellow sisters in arms as they find great outfits as they transition. I served 23 years in the United States Air Force, 13 active duty and 10 in the reserves. I just retired in August of last year. My title is Miss Veteran America Emeritus, and being the first winner, I will always have that title. So yeah, I competed the first year and I won. I was at work one day and I saw an email about homeless women veterans, and kind of took me aback because you serving your country, you don't realize what happens after your service. And unfortunately, there's a lot of women veterans who have found themselves homeless. And one of the misconceptions is that a lot of people think that a homeless person or a homeless veteran kind of fits this mold, the stereotypical mold, under a bridge or on the street, begging, so on and so forth. And it was educational for me to learn that there are thousands and thousands of homeless women veterans and their children who may be couch surfing, they may be living in their cars, they're in hotels. And so we really have to change the definition of what it means to be homeless. So when I saw this email, and on top of that, it was the Miss Veteran America competition, I said, well, what is this? And it was to advocate for homeless women veterans, and the beneficiary is Final Salute Inc. And Final Salute Inc. is an organization started by Major Jasmine Booth, and it was to provide safe and suitable housing for homeless women veterans and their children. And what better way to be in a competition when I'm around all my fellow sisters in arms. You can never help enough. For Final Salute, if we can help to eradicate homeless women, the epidemic of homelessness in the veteran population, and if we go out of business, that would be a great day. Absolutely, because then we know, the systemic problems that results in homelessness are no longer there. So until we get to that point, we absolutely need help. It takes a village, and so that would be the message that I would give. The work is never done. And for Miss Veteran America, if you are a woman veteran who have served your country, active duty, guard, reserve, retired, separated, and you want to just try something out, step outside your comfort zone, I invite you to compete for the title of Miss Veteran America. It'll change your life, because it changed mine.
My name is Molly Mae Potter, and I am Miss Veteran America 2016. As Miss Veteran America, you're an ambassador and a voice for women veterans of all eras of war, of all services. And so, as Miss Veteran America, it represents the women that have served our country with honor and dignity and courage since really the Revolutionary War, which represents 2.2 million women veterans. The Miss Veteran America competition is a movement. So it is a competition where any woman that has served her country honorably in uniform, of any service, of any era of war, of any shape, of any size, of any color, we don't care, where you work to raise awareness in your community about the fastest growing demographic of homelessness in America, which is homelessness amongst women veterans. And so for a year, you do a bunch of advocacy work within your own community, you fundraise, volunteer work, but then you also have to have a strong knowledge base of the history of women in the military. And the competition starts in January, and then around May timeframe, we have a regionals, which is your first phase of interviews. And then by October, that's when the top 25 come around and we have our final competition. It's been really an interesting year because I am advocating on behalf of homeless women veterans. And what I'm realizing is that I have a lot more in common for the women that I am advocating for than I originally thought. I was never myself homeless, but I did have some struggles once I got out of the military, finding a job. I had some mental health issues, and I'm really finding a lot more compassion and similarities. And right now, in a country that is so divided, I feel like I am finding this really awesome common thread of strong, powerful women that have served their country, and at the end of the day, we're all really the same. It's really interesting being a woman veteran in these day and ages because it's 2017 and it seems like women have broken all sorts of barriers, but still people look at me and go, well, you don't look like a veteran. Well, what's that supposed to mean? And my mother is a Vietnam era veteran. She was in the Army. And when I grew up, I never saw my mom as a veteran. She was always mama. You know, she was a wife and she was a daughter and a caregiver, and she's also a nurse. And now looking back on this, I realize what challenges she had. She's never really been seen as a veteran until now, and even then she's not. And so as much as our society has changed, and as much as we have evolved, and as much as we've become empowered, it still feels like women veterans are being silenced and not recognized. And that's really shocking to me. And so I have a brand newfound respect for women that served in previous wars and never came home to no recognition. When you become Miss Veteran America, you become a part of a family. It's almost impossible to separate your ways from it. So although I am an ambassador for the year for Final Salute, your work never stops. You're always supposed to be a voice for women veterans. You can't stop that momentum. That's not what this is about. This is about building your momentum so you become an even stronger voice. So it's a year of growing, it's a year of learning, it's a year of networking, it's a year of really eye-opening experiences to make you that much more of a stronger advocate and leader for women veterans and their communities. It's awesome being here. Thank you for having me on.
Today has been all about giving back. So we want to thank Final Salute, and me as an Army veteran, I definitely appreciate it. And we're here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and there's so many volunteers and there's so many people that are giving back, and we appreciate them so much. And I give you a salute for Final Salute, Inc. Never leave a fallen comrade. And welcome to the Monique Lynelle Show. Today we're here for a very special cause, and it's to help at-risk and homeless female veterans. I'm a semi-finalist for the Miss Veteran America competition, and it is a great thing. It's terrible that we need it in our country today, but there are so many female veterans that are sitting on couches in someone else's home or they're staying in their cars, and it's really become a big issue in our country now, and people need clothing and shoes and all kinds of things, and Final Salute has made it so that it's a little bit easier for women to come to these events and have these things. I just went to a stand-up event, and that was last weekend, May 2017, and they had clothes and shoes and all kinds of things for the ladies to get pampered. They had makeup, they had photo shoot. It was just so awesome, and I was able to cover that. So one of the things that they have is Miss Veteran America, and it's a competition to help benefit Final Salute. Right now, Final Salute is campaigning to raise money for a new transition home for homeless or at-risk female veterans. And I'm just really passionate about helping my other sisters, and I've had my own experience, and I'll share that with you also. You don't have to be a veteran to be a part of helping the community, but you do want people to be aware that it is for the veterans. Everybody that has a goal or a dream, you know how that feels when you try to get to the next level. You gotta tell them things that's in your way to get out your way, right? Yeah. Jealousy, envy, covetous, you're in the way. 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 Jealousy, envy, covetous, you're in the way. Get out my way. Get out my way. Get out my way. Get out my way. Why you in the way of my progress? Shall I digress? It's a process, but you want more for less. I don't really like your attitude, cause you being rude, but you being rude. Either way, I ain't in the mood. Jealousy, envy, covetous, you're in the way. 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 Jealousy, envy, covetous, you're in the way. Get out my way. Get out my way. Get out my way. Get out my way. Why you wanna hex me just to vex me? Trust me. Now you wanna see what I'm doing just to ruin what's next. Look at all the bull crap I've been through. God's the one who saw me through. You try to back me in the corner, but I'm gonna put that 1-2 on the voodoo, cause I'm a fighter. You can say whatever, I'ma do it my way. Ain't worried about your way, and it's okay. You think I'm playing, but I ain't delaying. We can stand toe-to-toe all day. Delay don't beat it now, cause I am here now. Don't have no fear now, and it's okay. I'm only serious, I'm only serious. Greed, pride, gossiping, it's in the way. So y'all can say it back to me, when I say in the way, y'all say in the way. Get out the way, y'all say get out the way. Gossiping, it's in the way. Get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way. Standing firm with the belt of truth in the shields of faith, blocking all those arrows, ready with the gospel of peace on my feet. Get out the way. Get out the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get out the way. It's called Learning Me, and I actually put this out back in 2012. It was the first song that I ever went in the studio and did, and it made me love music even more. Such a big epidemic that's not really being talked about. And a lot of times as women, we don't want to wait until the very last minute till we pushed out of somewhere or that we're evicted or something else happens. You want to make another plan. And you try to, ooh, can I stay with you? Or, you ask your parents, or you ask, a close friend, especially if you have little ones. You don't want to just wait until you're in the gutter for you, or, and then you don't have a place for your kids to stay. But what's happening is they're not counting that in like the census that they're doing for how many people are homeless. They're not counting these people that are, in somebody else's home or sleeping in their car. They, sometimes they'll accept you and they'll help you if you are already to your car. But who really wants to wait until they get there? Strong.
I'ma get these pain. I ain't talking about pay. I'm talking about getting this bread. The bread of life changed my life. Now I know I'll have eternal life. No, I'm not high as a kite. No, I'm not running to a fight. No, I'm not inviting that strife. No, I'm not about that life. The day to day, day to day. The day to day, day to day. The day to day, day to day. The day to day struggle. We can make it through the struggle. We can push through the struggle. We can grow through the struggle. I can help us through the struggle. Every day is the day. That's a way to start. Don't let yourself fall down from a broken heart. Life trials are not a game, but with God, nothing is the same. Gotta give your cares over to God, so this struggle won't take you out. We can still get the victory when our faces working. God will make a way. He will make a way. God will make a way. Oh, every day. God will make a way. He will make a way. God will make a way. Oh, every day. Yesterday, today, today. Yesterday, today. We can make it through the struggle. We can push through the struggle. We can go through the struggle. God can help us through the struggle. God will make a way. He will make a way. God will make a way. Oh, every day. God will make a way. He will make a way. God will make a way. Oh, every day.
I'll share a personal story of my own. Before I went back into the military in 2006, actually, I ended up being in a situation where I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to stay. And I had been divorced. And me and my parents had, well, really, me and my mother kind of got into it. And I took some medicine and I got really sick from it. It was like an antibiotic, I don't know, some kind of penicillin, but I got really sick. I was in school at the time, and I had to withdraw that semester. I was working with my mother's daycare, and so I was sick and I couldn't be around the kids because I had like colitis, which is very, look it up if you don't know what it is, graphic. But you can't really like sit somewhere for too long, and you definitely can't be around little children because if you have that type of thing, it's contagious. Or, you know what I mean? Like, just like number 3, it's contagious. So, so me and her ended up having our own little situation that we were going through, and it really got to a point where I needed to leave. And so I found myself in that same position where I was sort of like, well, where can I stay? And went to a hotel, and then I had my car, and then I was there, and then I was like, well, I asked my sister, could I stay with her? And then I was already talking to a reserve recruiter, because I was just, I had my job, I was at work, and I was like, okay, I can just go back into the reserves. And then I decided, well, since this happened, I was like, I'm not going to be out in this type of situation and not having enough money right then to do what I needed to. So I was able to switch and say I would go active duty. And that was a way for me to have a place to stay. That was a way for me to be able to go ahead and take care of myself, have a job. But that's when I was feeling better and I was on my feet. And thank God my weight went, I got smaller from having colitis, even though that's embarrassing. But I didn't have to, they didn't have to say, well, you need to lose 20 or 50 pounds to get back in. So I was able to, that was a vehicle for me to be able to sustain myself. So in a way, I thank God that, that was an opportunity for me. But, everybody's situation is not that. That might have been, not long for me, a week or two, but some people are out here chronically. Some people are in domestic violence situations and they need to get away and they need to keep their children safe. So you could have a nice home. You could have a great husband, supposedly, to the outside world, but he's tearing you up behind closed doors and you need to be safe. And then you're trying to find a place to stay. Well, a Final Salute has given people places to stay. And they're not all the same place. So that, some guy won't just come looking for them there, you know what I mean? But has provided a place for people to have a transition time. And sometimes that can be more than a month, 2 months, gives you time to be able to get on your feet. It costs about $25 a day to be able to house a lady veteran, but per month it's more, and then for the children, to help them, and then they have 3 meals, and the places really look great. Like, I looked online to try to see some more information about it, about the places that I hadn't seen and stuff, and it really looked nice. Like, it doesn't look like some crap just thrown together and you're just in a room. It has a kitchen and has furniture and places where someone could feel at home, at least while they're going through this transitional time. And I think that a lot of the programs that are provided by the government aren't always necessarily sensitive to the needs of a woman or a woman with children. So this is it's a whole different demographic, and we don't want to forget about these people that have served our country and sometimes come back with mental illnesses, different issues where it might be harder to get a job, harder to feel the same like yourself, how you were before you went in, because now you've seen people die, you've gone through traumatic situations, and we need to support these people. We need to support these women, and it starts with us. So that's why I'm doing this, because I feel like it starts with me. I can't be a hypocrite and look at somebody on the street and act like, oh, because I'm not in their situation right this minute, that, they being lazy, or, that's a misconception. That's a big misconception about people that are homeless. Everybody that's dealing with that is not lazy. Everybody that's dealing with that is not out of work. Sometimes people are employed, going to work every day, and they have dealt with a situation. And some of us are 2 paychecks away from being in that same situation. And it's really not funny, because even if you have enough money to go to a hotel and basically live out of a hotel, you don't have a place to call home, and you're spending all this extra money at a hotel, but you don't have a domicile to call yours. Monique Lynelle, y'all. I'm about to do this for Jesus, y'all. Get lifted up, 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 get lifted up. your hands up and get lifted up. Get your hands up and get lifted up. Get your hands up and get lifted up. It's just about awareness and, you know, being sensitive to other people's feelings and what they're going through, and We have to stand up at some time and check ourselves and say, well, why does it have to be they have to help? Why should it be, oh, the government should take care of that? Oh, the VA should take care of that. We need to help. We need to help each other, you know? And that's what this is all about. So I'm going to sing a few more songs for y'all, and you know, I hope you feel different about wanting to help another sister, you know, just in this life, period. Even if you donate a suit or some shoes, or, you know, you buy some packages of underwear or toiletries or something like that. Now at least you have something in your mind like, oh, I have this extra. Maybe this organization could use it, because they have events like that. And they have a big storage place, because I helped a lady that works with Final Salute go to package up the things for the stand-up event, and they have a bunch of boxes of clothes that were being donated, all kinds of shoes, everything for that event. So people are donating. They're getting the point, which is great. To be aware of this issue, and then people can give, donate, people can do other stuff, but getting involved, like you could come and volunteer and help for like the stand-up event that they had just a week ago. You could come and volunteer to help with, you know, donating clothes to the event. You see This song is called Unconditional Love, and it's about loving God the way that He loves us. It's hard to do, but you want to try. I want to love you the way you love me, with unconditional love, intentionally for eternity, with unconditional love. I want to love you the way you love me, with intentionally for eternity. You grabbed me by the hand, taught me how to stand, though I'm human. You showed me real love when I was down, thought I was out. You comforted me with agape love. Even lately, when things are iffy, I can dig deep, 'cause you made me complete. Tested my faith, showed me your strength, carried me through. You know how you do. You showed me real love, so I love you the way you love me, with unconditional love, intentionally for eternity, with unconditional love. I wanna love you the way you love me, with unconditional love, intentionally for eternity, with unconditional love. I lifted my hands to the heavens, showed you my heart, that was the start. You accepted me, showed me the way. You carried me through till I knew what to do. Now here I am, open to your will. I'll follow your lead. You hear my pleas. I gave you my soul. You made me whole. You warm my heart when I am cold. So I the way you love me, with unconditional love, intentionally for eternity, with unconditional love. Y'all can wave your hands like this. Yes. Intentionally for eternity. way you love me, the way you love me, with unconditional love. I wanna love you, yeah, the way you love me, yeah, with unconditional love. Intentionally, for eternity, with unconditional love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Unconditional love. A homeless person is not something that anybody would choose, but at some point we have to stand up for each other, like I mentioned before. And it's not too far-fetched for any of us, you know. And I thank God for what He's done for me. You know, He's even provided this house. Me and my sister, we're here, and both of our parents are gone, you know. But God has sustained us through this time, through our time of grief, through our time of going through, allow her child to have a stable time. And we both came back here after living separately for a long time, you know, living on our own, doing our own thing. And the house went in and out of foreclosure. And it's almost like a miracle that we're still here, you know. It's really a testimony because it's been like 4 years now, and we sustain and pay the bills here. But, you know, it's really a blessing because things have happened to keep being pushed back, or, you know, the banks changed, or, you know, other things have happened, us, you know, with changes of jobs. Both of us had different job situations, and, you know, we're hard working individuals, but we took a hard hit by both of our God-fearing parents passing within 3 years. And yes, and not, you know, not really old, not really either one of them ever being like really sick throughout their life, just something hitting them, and then boom, you know. And so, I mean, I'm just so thankful to God that I'm here, and wherever He wants to take me, and whatever He has for me to do, that's where I want to be, you know. And I'm trying to be in His will and do things His way. And I know the sky's the limit there, you know. And I'm so appreciative to the people that can see a little glimmer of hope from my life. And that's why I did my documentary, and I tell some of my stories and some of the things that have happened to me, and some of the things that I've overcome in life. Because you don't have to stay in your present moment, and that's what people need to hear. And while you're at your darkest and your lowest point, you want somebody to come through for you. And we have the Lord, but everybody doesn't know the Lord. And so when you have those times when you hit rock bottom, sometimes you need another person to show you God through them. And we need to be those lights. You know, we need to do that for other people. And so that's what I want to do. If I'm just a little glimmer of hope for somebody to say, look, she did it. She overcame this. She's been through stuff. She's still going through stuff, but she's still trying. So that's what I want my message to be to people. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it. And go to finalsaluteinc.org or Miss Veteran America. And also, you can find out more information at MoniqueLynelle.com. Thank you so much, and have a great day.